Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Built in Texas. Remixed a little bit. Thanks so much for joining us this week. I don't even think I should even bring up the outage because we were already there. We all were there. We all experienced it. We do normally come to you every Monday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. But as with all of us, we were all dealing with not having Facebook or Instagram in our lives. I do think we should bring up the fact that some of us have low-key serious addictions to social media. Because I got a couple panic text messages. I'm not even going to call y'all out from some people who were literally having a real tough time yesterday without Instagram. And I was living my best life. As you all know, I'm definitely an introvert, a loud introvert, but I was excited not to be spending so much time on social media. And I have to admit, I spent a lot of time and I got so much stuff done yesterday. So that's something we all kind of work out. But we're excited. We definitely wanted to still come to you all. Built in Texas is our weekly introduction to just some of the incredible women building awesome stuff here locally in Texas or around the country. And actually, we have an international Texan coming up soon. The goal of it is really just to amplify the big ideas, the innovation that's happening here. Texas is a big state. There's a lot of stuff happening. And one of our missions is really to help you as a woman that's living, working, doing business in the state, help to navigate. And the best way to do that is to know some of the women that are doing awesome stuff. I always like to say this, though, that whether you've been here for a year or you've been here 20 years, you're definitely a Texan at heart. There's just a little sassiness, something that's there no matter where you are. You could just kind of tell. And so we're 15 million strong of women that actually live, work, and do business here in Texas. But really, honestly, Texas women are everywhere. And today we're going to be introducing you to two women, Texans, but that are doing a really cool project called a color catalog that I'm excited about. I should have worn more color, but this is the best that I could do for this. And black is my favorite color, which I definitely want to get into about that a little bit too. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about Her Texas, which is the platform and organization that powers Built in Texas, how you can get involved. And then what's next for us. We've got a really cool virtual event that's coming up. And I know you're like, virtual, really, Jasmine? In this case, it actually works out really great because our goal is to not only help you navigate the state, but we want to connect you with each other. And I say this all the time, but Texas is a big ass state, y'all. I mean, it takes like 8 hours to get to San Antonio. Maybe not 8 hours, but this is a huge state. And so in order for us to really connect with each other, the first way is to get us to start talking with one another. And so we host a virtual event each month, which I'll tell you a little bit about. Okay, let me share my screen with you all so that I can tell you a little bit more. Let's see. Okay, so today we're going to be talking all about color, which I'm excited about. And last week, though, I don't know if you all tuned in, we had a really cool show with Brianna Gonzalez, who is the founder of Social Chica. We're in the middle of Hispanic Heritage Month. We're still celebrating that through October 15th. And we had an incredible, she's a young, new entrepreneur that just came, she just is new on the scene, just started her own project called the Social Chica, which was really exciting. So I want to tell you a little bit more about that. But first, this is Austin Startup Week. Now, Austin Startup Week is virtual. Yesterday, y'all, yeah, okay. And I had to send them love and hugs, the organizers for Austin Startup Week, because it was supposed to be in person, but this is the year that they decided to do it virtual. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. The year they decided to do it virtual, Facebook and Instagram wanted to act up, but that's okay. They've got a full week of free programming, lots of cool sessions. If you're in Texas, if you're not, because I know we have everyone tuning in from not only just Texas, but around the country. This is for everyone. If you're an entrepreneur startup, feel free to tune in. It's austinstartupweek.com, all free, all for you, all virtual. So I wanted to give them a little plug and a little shout out, because anything that's free for the community, I'm all about that. This past weekend, Social Chica had a pop-up event for Latina entrepreneurs. It was so much fun. We were really excited to be an official partner for this event. They had, I don't even know how many people that showed up. It was hundreds and hundreds, but the goal was to amplify Latina entrepreneurs. We got to interview all 60 of the women that were showcasing at the event, which was really cool and fun. You can go to our website, honestly, if anytime you want to check out the profiles we did of those ladies. Anywhere from clothing, food, jewelry, dog accessories, such a diverse group of entrepreneurs. Some of them, their first time starting, some have been around for a long time. This is the time for us to really amplify Latina entrepreneurs. So if you want to check those out, you can go to hertexas.co, and we've got them all there, and you can kind of meet them. Most of them are in North Texas, but a lot of them have online businesses, so you can kind of check them out and show them some love there. Social Chica is a platform that Brianna Gonzalez started just a few years ago. She just graduated, which made me feel very old. I'm not gonna lie, when I talked to her, she just graduated, I think, a year ago. But in a very short time, she's created this very cool platform to really bring the community together, to celebrate culture, but most importantly, to give a voice and a platform for Latina entrepreneurs in Texas. So really thrilled for her, excited that we were able to support and show her some love. Her Texas, you might be wondering what Her Texas is. We are an organization that is for Texas women. And like I said earlier, Texas women, the definition that is pretty fluid. We know that Texas is a state full of opportunities, but we've got challenges. Actually, I should just keep it real. It's a hot mess. But just because it's a hot mess, that's not a bad thing, actually, because through lots of challenges and hot messes, there's usually some transformation. There's some opportunity that's there. And I'm a living testament to that. But we know that if you are here in the state of Texas, it can be really hard to connect and move forward. Texas is kind of bipolar in a way. We've got lots of amazing growth here. It's an incredible place to start and build a company. But at the same time, we rank close to last when it comes to education, when it comes to inclusivity and diversity, we rank close to last. So we've got a real challenge here. And I am an entrepreneur based here in North Texas, and have had lots of access to education, incredible mentors, but I know all women here in the state have not had access to that. And so we really believe two important things. You need help navigating the state. So Her Texas is here to help you with that. But mostly and most importantly, we're a reminder for you that you're not alone. If you're here in the state of Texas, the state is more diverse than it actually sometimes reflects. There's more women that have your back. There's a whole sisterhood here that wants you to be successful, that wants you to move forward. We want you to grow and thrive here. And no matter what your zip code is, you should have all the opportunity to prosper and thrive. And that's really what the crux of Her Texas is that we want to help you. Whatever you're trying to build, we want to help you with that. But just to let you know that there's a community here. There's 15 million strong. Doesn't mean all 15 million are all on the same page, but that's okay. Just to let you know that there is a community here, no matter if you're in Denton or Abilene, that we're here. We want you to be successful. We got your back. So Her Texas is a project that started a couple years ago. It's a platform I've been building for a while, and we're really excited to finally be launching. We've got a lot of cool stuff planned for next year. If Delta will let me be great, y'all. I had all kind of Beyonce style launch parties planned. Y'all have heard me talk about this. I had Beyonce teenies planned. I had all kind of cool stuff planned, but COVID was like, slow down, and actually was a good thing, because what we've been doing, my team and I, is just having conversations with women about what they need and what they want. So we're excited about next year. We're already planning some really fun stuff, and excited that each week we get to come to you with Built in Texas, because this state is just incredible because of the women that live here, where we represent 50.6% of the state, which means our voices, our money, our ideas, our businesses matter. And so just thrilled to introduce you to women every week that are not only shaping what's happening here, but shaping a lot of cool stuff around the country. So really excited to see where Her Texas goes, and hope you'll continue on this journey with us too. How to get involved and support. We do have a newsletter, y'all. It comes out once a week, and you can go to our website, select a social media channel to follow any of them. We'd love your support. If you want info, just general basic stuff, there's the email. If you want to really get involved, if you have ideas, you're like, Jasmine, you guys need to be doing stuff in Beaumont, Texas, or we know some incredible people in El Paso, we would love to connect with you. And I personally would love to work with you as well. And then, of course, you want to join us at our monthly networking event. Anybody can hop on this, by the way. It's October 11th. It's the second Monday of every month. And it's 6:30, 8:30. Pop in with your from the kitchen. If you're finishing work, you don't have to stay the whole time. You can't stay the whole time. It literally is an opportunity to help you network the state. We want to help you network here, make connections, find new clients, get sales. Like, we are our best support team, but we're just not working together. And I think that's because we just don't know what's happening. And so we hope every month to help you kind of navigate and make some new connections. And like you said, this is when virtual makes sense, y'all. It really does. Okay, I'm almost finished with all of our info. So hertexas.co. Here's our social channels. We do have a private Facebook group. If you want to pop off, you want to say stuff you want other people to say, it does go down in there. So feel free to join that if you'd like. And I'm so excited to have two really special guests on with us today. I like to do professional stalking, as a lot of you all know. When I see really cool ideas or women doing inspiring things, I have to reach out, because it's hard to build stuff here in anywhere, honestly, but it's just hard to come up with new ideas. And it's important for us to support one another. Plus, one of the cool things about Her Texas is there's so many women here in small cities. I hear from them all the time. And when they tune in to Built in Texas or come to one of our events, it's really their opportunity to get invited to meet with someone that maybe would never visit their town, or they would never get the honor to connect with. So it's a privilege and an honor for us every week to introduce you to new women. But more importantly, we want you to get excited about just cool ideas that are happening too. So I'm thrilled, because we were supposed to do this yesterday, but I'm so excited to have them on now. Would love to introduce you to the co-founders of a very fun new project called Color Catalog, Laura and Nicole. What's up, girls?
Hi.
How's it going?
Great.
I feel like, I know it's early, especially for you all, because you're in different times. I feel like we should have like some wine.
Yeah, we're so excited to be here. I love your intro, Jasmine. You have me totally jazzed up.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah, such a good job of this. I loved your interview with the South by Southwest head of brand. She was so inspiring, and the way they pivoted was so cool. So keep doing what you're doing. We love it.
Yes. Oh, thanks so much for the love. And I'm so excited to have you all too. And glad we were able to make it through the Facebook outage of 2021. So this is really like a bite-sized introduction. And so instead of reading the bios, what I always love to do is just invite you all to tell us briefly about who you are, what you do, and then answer a really critical, important question: sushi or Tex-Mex? I'll start with you, Laura.
Oh, I throw everything into a tortilla 3 times a week. Come on, how do you think I survive as a mom? So Tex-Mex 100%. You can take the girl out of Texas, but you can't take the tacos out of my cold, dead hands. Don't try.
Okay.
I'll let Nicole answer that one.
Okay, yeah, that's tough. I mean, I love sushi, but I'm a taco girl at heart. Like that is just where I live. Everything in a fajita for sure.
Well, I went to a place in Austin, and I'll have to think about it. I'll tag it, where it's literally both. It's like sushi and a taco. I know.
That's right. Anything in a taco.
It's some Austin fusion, something cool. Nicole, tell us a little bit about you. I know you and I are connected through social, and we have all these connections, but actually have never. Well, I think we did meet in person like 50 million years ago. But can you share a little bit about what you do and where are you located? Just based on the background, I can tell you're not in Texas.
I am not in Texas. Yeah, I just actually moved to Santa Fe last year during COVID. So big move, but I love it here. It's so beautiful. But I'm an interior designer and a fine artist. I'm working on my own wallpaper and textile line called Color Caravan. So not to be confused with Color. But I am a faux finisher, a muralist. That's where I started my career. I've got a Bachelor in Fine Arts in painting. So I really do love all things paint. Like, talk to me about paint. I just love it. And I am a big color fan. So this project just really spoke to me when Laura had her brilliant idea. I thought, man, this is so useful. We've got to do this. So
well, I love it. It sounds like you guys went to school together too, right? You kind of go way back.
We went to the University of Kansas, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, in case there's any other Jayhawks out there. Yeah, Nicole is just a font of knowledge. She is such a brain trust.
A font of knowledge? Wait, what? I love that.
just a
sure?
fountain overflowing with paint goodness. Yeah, so I love how she described that. She got her degree in painting, then became a muralist faux finisher,
Wow.
then worked in a owned business refinishing furniture, aka paint expert, because she worked in a showroom, and then now as a second generation interior designer. Mom's an interior designer too. Like, there's nothing this girl does not know about paint, and I call her all the time. Like, this thing behind me, could I have done that without Nicole? I could not have. Did I do it myself? I did. So I just thought, the world needs Nicole's wisdom.
Oh, that's awesome.
We have so many ideas. And let me back up a little. So I'm a graphic designer. I do mostly environmental graphic design. I had a little specialty in event design and installation design, mostly for tech companies here in San Francisco, where I live, before COVID. So with COVID, my event design, for clients like SF MoMA and IBM, just kind of got knocked right out from under me. The projects just immediately got canceled. And I went immediately into homeschool mom mode, which was its own transition. But, after kind of coming to and kind of figuring out what was what, I still really wanted to do something in the interior space, because as an environmental graphic designer, meaning a graphic designer who designs in physical space, I missed it. I love it. And I love talking to Nicole about, okay, how do I do this mural? How do I do this? So all the phone calls I've done to her, we hope to do some like Facebook Lives where other people can get, don't you think that'd be so useful, Jasmine, if people could ask, like eggswell or satin?
Bring it on.
Well, I have like 50 million questions on the shade of black. So yeah, I love that.
God. Honest or black satin.
That would be so fun. I love that.
We have to. But anyway, color catalog, in one of my many phone calls about Nicole on, yellows or whatever, I realized that I go a little color cuckoo, like crazy. Maybe, Jasmine, you look like maybe you know what I'm talking about, where you have brushed out 6 blacks. After 20s, after sleeping with this on your pillow for a while, and
it could be an hour thinking about one shade, like literally the day. I'm like, where did the day go? Where did it go?
And you're just like, ugh. And you're Googling to see, how does this look in other people's houses? Because I think when you see the real images, Nicole talks about, it takes digital search and puts boots on the ground. When you see it in real houses, it's almost like your brain can create a little model of what that color is. That's different from, this guy, very different from like whatever this is. Your brain can be like, oh, I knew that was going too green. Don't like it, or I know that one's too bright in the sun. So with Color Catalog, we collected real world images of popular paint colors. So every paint color on the site is something that is one of Benjamin Moore's most popular colors. So it's going to be a winner. It's not going to go weird yellow, orange color in the sunlight or whatever. It's one of the top picks, and you see up to 20 images of it, and you can click through. We very carefully curated and sourced everything. So you can go back to the blog and see more images of everything so that you can know what it's going to look like in your home before you paint it out.
I love that idea. And I think why it's so timely is because this idea of home and our spaces over the last, year and some change has been so important. Before we started, we just kind of talking about the quarantine, and people were at home, and it's like, I really want to create a space that feels like me. Or a lot of us are working from home now, and their work from home situation is cray-cray. It is not good. The colors are bad. Lighting is not good. And so I love this idea because it's really kind of putting it in your own hands. Because for me, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, I've bought paint and it's still sitting in here because if it's the wrong shade, I'm one of those people that if I buy some from Amazon, I don't return it. It's a closet of stuff here. And I have paint like that too, where I just didn't know what it looked like. And then it gets here and I'm like, it's a totally different situation. So I love that this is kind of making it not necessarily easily, but having kind of more of a dialogue around color, which is cool. Now, I want to give a shout out. We do have people that tune in from all over because we broadcast live on Facebook and LinkedIn. Now, it doesn't show your name, so I can't give you a love, but I wanted to. Now, it is too early to drink wine, y'all. I don't normally start that till like 5. Okay. Actually, in the quarantine, it was starting early. I'm not going to lie. But this is coffee, so I want to give you a toast. It doesn't show your name, though, because it says you have a clothing line and you just started 2 weeks ago. So toast to you for starting a business and for tuning in with this as well. And thank you all for tuning in wherever you're tuning in from. And if you can't stay this whole time, we always send this replay out later. So this is the magic of virtual. So, okay, I'm excited to talk to you guys about trends first before we get into like your journeys and kind of how you got to Color Catalog. What trends, what's hot right now? Is that a weird question to say what's hot? What's consistent? Like what should we be thinking about? Just tell us about what we should be knowing about color, style, and trends.
Yeah, totally. So, like every interior designer has their set of go-to colors that they have tried and tested on the wall. Color can change by your lighting, by time of day. Like it can go green, it can go lavender. I think we've all seen the trend of the crisp, bright whites has like dominated Instagram, and I love a crisp, bright white and contrast. With contrasting your cabinetry maybe with a darker color or a green. But what I see now more is a little more moving away from the bright whites and into kind of softer neutrals. Like you take Revere pewter or like maybe a just an off gray or a neutral, and pulling it out of that stark white. And of course, we're entering the fall.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Lord, you keep those out. Lord, you keep those out when you're out, Lord. Do you like keep those in your purse?
I'm Nicole and Revere Pewter's hype woman, both.
That's right.
Thanks, Julie, for tuning in. This is also my secret passion too, Julie. So we're probably on the same page with having serious design color obsession. So okay, so neutrals.
But I also see, and I love this, is really soft blushes paired with a neutral. Like you bring in a warm color and it just makes it just more energized a little bit. Cools create a relaxing space. Warms bring a little more energy to the room, but you can create a really soft, beautiful space with a white that's almost a pink. There she goes. Yeah.
It's Proposal. Benjamin Moore Proposal. It's
right.
Ooh, Proposal.
I think it was Benjamin Moore's 2019 Color of the Year was First Light. Yes. And that one is so divine. Like it's just even in, so when you look at a color deck, right? And I can see if I can do this here. The farther down you look in the swatch deck is going to be kind of the base of the color. So if you see, let's just go right here. Like if you look down here, your color at different times of day is going to read more towards what this color is. So if you're up here, it's going to read a little more orangey. If you're, let's say, kind of more in this, it's going to go more red. So always look towards the bottom of your swatch to see what's going to happen up here. And that'll help you a lot. And always look at it, put a sample on the wall, and look at it morning, noon, and at night with no sunlight on. And you will be shocked at how the color changes. So there's always ones, again, go to Benjamin Moore's site. They do a really good job of kind of breaking down the psychology of color, but also their top colors, which we featured on Color Catalog, are tried and tested. Like these are the designer go-tos that they know will work.
I love that. Laura, any thoughts too?
Do you see what a font of knowledge she is? Do you see?
She really is. That's why I'm just like, that was accurate description, Nicole.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, so I love painted ceilings. Can you see here that I have my ceiling painted?
Is it black?
It is an off black. It is called Benjamin Moore Cheating Heart.
Oh my God.
But I had to do it. I also love Raccoon Fur. It's also a great one. There's many great, this is almost a navy. It's like a gray charcoal navy. And I live in like a 1995 condo that had not a lot of character when I moved in. And painting the ceiling black helped it have some character. It feels more like a restaurant. Like in San Francisco, you see a lot of restaurants.
She froze a little bit.
Am I back?
Oh no,
Heard
this
that?
was something juicy. You just froze a little bit. Can you repeat that?
Yeah. So in San Francisco, a lot of restaurants have this black ceiling and it just gives it character. And, I went a little nuts. My bathroom, Nicole and I are both Scorpios and we need our baths.
Wait, oh my God, I am too. I knew this.
What's your birthday?
Well, I'm the beginning, October 24.
Oh my God, 23rd, 24th, 27th.
What? I should have sensed the intensity and the craziness from you all. Yes, tribe. All right.
That's amazing. I love it. So so we need our baths. We're Scorpios. We need our baths. And I painted my bathroom ceiling peach, like a strong peach, and I uplit it. So the whole room has a peach glow. It's my color therapy bathroom. No one is allowed to go in there. It's not my kid's bath. It's my bathroom. So for me, the colored ceiling, like I'm seeing a lot of people going back to white walls, but just throwing like, maybe a hunter green up on, which is like the trendy color right now is that blue hunter green. That's so gorgeous.
Oh,
but maybe they're throwing that on the ceiling to make it fresh. But I love I don't know if it's onyx or black satin, but whatever's behind you, Jasmine, is so gorgeous.
I don't even know. Like, this is where I need the education here because I literally just pick it from sight.
Yeah.
But I like the instruction of this too, like, because it can get very overwhelming and I can make big picture decisions, huge, just like, oh, let's bring all the state of the women of Texas together. But when it comes to like paint color, it's like I don't even know what to do. Why did you all decide now to do color catalogs? It sounds like you both respectively have really cool stuff happening professionally already. You're kind of doing the stuff you love to do, or were you looking to maybe expand and kind of tap into your entrepreneurial selves, or why now for color catalog?
We needed it for ourselves.
Well, and the decks were cleared with COVID. We're too busy on other projects.
Yes.
For this, you know what I mean? But
there are a million whites. And they are just like a hair close to each other. So, how do you know? And that when I bought my first house, I put 15 grays on the wall because
What?
I'm that person. And I just sat there for a week and looked at it again, morning, noon, and night, and finally ended up picking one, thank God. But, it's a big decision. It's a lot of time. There's a lot of effort in there, and it can be expensive if you don't do it yourself. So it is a big commitment. And like, I needed it. I want to see these colors in real life projects. I've been the interior designer that needs a good picture of Chantilly lace to show my client, right? And you can spend so much time trying to hunt down a good photo. So we really just wanted to put it all in one place, not just for like the professional, but for the person who wants to redo their laundry room, so that they don't have to go through the 15 grays that I went through.
And I just don't think people even they underestimate that too. It's kind of like when, my professional background's in marketing or whatever, and they're like, Jasmine, I need 100,000 followers on Instagram. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's probably the same way when someone would come to an interior designer, an artist, and say, I want this. It's like where you are, basically where you're trying to go. It's a little bit of distance there too. So I like that this feels very almost kind of like you've got a guide or almost a friend there with you now, kind of moving forward in this process. But also it's actually exciting just to start exploring. One of the fun things, I was talking to a young lady, she's in a tiny town. I can't even think the name of it. It's 2,000 people in it. And she tunes in every week. Her name is Sarah. And she was just telling me she's created this podcast and she's got like 20,000 followers. I'm like, how are you doing this? She goes, I literally just live on social channels. I'm constantly looking for knowledge because we just don't have access to that. So I love the fact that this is kind of, I think we've heard this word, democratizing this whole process of design and color, right? It's making it kind of open. We can talk about, I don't have to be an interior designer to talk about color and to know about color too. What's next, Laura? And you can chime in too, Nicole. I know it's still new. You guys are still kind of feeling it out and develop it. But in your mind, if you guys were like on a beach fantasizing, you're like doing your Thelma Louise, let's keep going, girl, with this. Like, what do you see it? What do you see happening with it?
Oh, I love that question. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Well, one thing that I think is unique about Color Catalog, maybe it just seems like, it's a little site where it shows photos so you don't have to search them out yourself. Someone went and looked in every corner of the internet for, electric orange or whatever, right? And yes, it's that. But what I think is interesting is it's evergreen content that will be useful for decades. And you never see that on the internet.
So true.
Being here in San Francisco, I've had several like tech guys ask me, so did you build a scraper? Like, how did you do this? And it's like, no, I didn't build a scraper. It has to actually be electric orange or the whole thing is useless.
Yes.
We did
a great Scorpio statement too, Laura, by the way.
Yeah, the detective. We are the detectives of the Zodiac, and we found electric orange, and we know it's electric orange. Don't lie to me, electric orange.
It's that serious.
Well, I think the fact that it's something you can trust. And I don't know about you, Laura, but now we can spot it, like from doing all the color searching ourselves, that is like in our brains for forever. So that's why now I don't think we can go anywhere without saying, okay, what is that?
$1 million red. Yes. Yeah, totally.
How to use it, what does it look like? And is that actually the color? Because if you can't say the color is specifically that, then, it's a trust factor. So we really did our due diligence to make sure and hunt down that is Chantilly lace. That is hunter green, and now that is in my bones.
And the reason we could afford to spend that time is because this website is meant to last a long time. It might be relevant, decades, maybe, I don't know, as long as Benjamin Moore's around, And so when you ask, I love your question about what we're thinking about next. What I think is really interesting is the content is evergreen, useful, accessible, and curated.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's so much rich territory there. And I don't want to give away too much because we're actually really super excited. But I think we want to be extremely useful. We want to be really helpful to people interested in design and make their lives easier. Be a reference, an evergreen reference. So we just could not be more excited about our next steps. And we've been really happy. Again, I'm in San Francisco and I've had some folks from the Shelter magazines here reach out. And, I think things are in the works. We just launched like 8 days ago. So
I know. And literally the second Nicole posted, I was like, because because I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. And also I've just been in depth with women starting businesses, either just as a shopper, an investor, a supporter, a hey girl, keep going. I've seen so many of them. And so the ideas just hit me. And I was like, as soon as she posted, I was like, that's actually could be really big, a huge, big idea. And I was like, and she's from Texas. Yeah, I'm sending Nicole a DM. I'm all up in her DMs too. And then Laura, Christina from her team was like, Laura's from Texas too. I was like, shut the front door. With this. I was like, I knew it. And that's kind of what I'm going to talk to you all too, because we only have a little bit more time, left. You both aren't in Texas. One of the interesting things about the Texas we're in now, and it's something that we refer to as the new Texas. And it's basically like we know our history here. We know what the challenges, but we also know the opportunities and the promise here. And a lot of that is because of the women. But the women here are this really funky, cool, eclectic mix of those that have been born and raised here like I have, but I've lived in Ohio where my mom's from, or lots of transplants. But we also have women who were born and raised here, have gone out and done cool stuff, but still have some ties here. So being a Texan and Texas woman is different. And we have to kind of, that definition, what that means has to continue to evolve. I don't even have any cowboy boots, but I kind of want some now, y'all. I kind of do, just because I think they're cute now, not because I'm Texan. I just think it'd be kind of fun to have it. But what does it mean to be a Texas woman? So I'd love for y'all to tell us a little bit about, what is, and if you were to describe Texas in 3 words, like, and it could be the good, bad, or ugly, y'all. Keep it real. I've already cursed this morning, so we're good to go. But like, what does it mean to be Texas for you? What are your thoughts on kind of on being transplants to other cities? Tell us a little bit about that. Nicole, I'd love for you to share.
Yeah, so I also don't own a pair of cowboy boots or a cowboy hat.
But now you're in Santa Fe, though. It feels like you definitely need some now, right?
I do. Now that I'm out of state, I'm like, I need to represent. I'm born and raised in Dallas, and I will always love my Texas heritage. We are strong women that come from here. So, Texas is surprisingly multicultural, which a lot of people don't there's a lot of stereotypes around Texas, so I have to give us credit for being very multicultural, and we are a political hotbed. We dominate the scene, good and bad, and it's just hot. It's very hot there. I have to say, I really enjoy Santa Fe.
We've had the coolest wet. We've had a cold front, girl, like 90. Nicole, you're missing out.
It's like 84 outside right now.
Oh, okay. I have to come visit you. I have to come visit. Laura, what about you? What's Texas mean to you? Represent, good, bad, or ugly? Thoughts?
I love this question. I think big, bold, and beautiful would be my words for Texas. And I think about Texas women and how they live that and express that. And one of my favorite Texas women, who I would just absolutely love to see you interview, Jasmine, is Liz Lambert. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Started Hotel San Jose in Austin. She started, is it the Thunderbird in Marfa, and then El Cosmico in Marfa, and then Hotel St. Cecilia in Austin.
She would be incredible.
And then she just started one in Houston. And she's the kind of person, one, she transforms spaces, which makes her a hero to Nicole and I.
Yes.
And two, everything she touches turns to gold. And, she is a community builder, Jasmine, like you too. And and she's bold and amazing. So I think big, bold, and beautiful. And I think of someone like Liz Lambert.
Oh, I love her. And I think I've seen her name before, but I didn't know everything that was attributed to her. I mean, she sounds incredible. So yeah, of course, now I'll let the stalking will commence. Thank you, Laura. Yeah. And let me put in professional stalking to y'all, because I had a girlfriend of mine too, and she goes, "You shouldn't say that." So let me clarify. It's professional stalking, like very happy, only 9 to 5 stalking, not late at night.
Scorpio detective work.
That you guys understand the situation. We stalk and look at everything. Always.
We have to know.
Doing your due diligence.
That's all it is. Nicole, what about you? Is there a woman, Texas woman, famous, not famous, here from history that inspires you, or you feel like you've got kindred spirit too?
Absolutely. Other than my mom and my sister, who are the two strongest Texas ladies I know, I've had the privilege to work with several Texas interior designers. Laura Lee Clark, she's got a showroom down in the Design District. She is such a powerhouse. Such a refined style, able to take a room and just elevate it and to real elegance. And I just so admire her work. And Sue Long of SB Long Interiors, she's actually a Connecticut-based, but moved to Texas, so I'm going to count her. But she has such a style, and just the work that goes into these projects and the hours that these women put in real thought. This stuff does not happen overnight. And I just really respect their work ethic. It is hard to be a woman on a construction site.
Oh, I bet.
You've got to stand up for yourself, and you've got to say, no, I want it this way. And put in the work to get the correct details. So I really respect all Texas women designers in particular. Cara Legayco, she is so talented.
Oh, Cara's amazing.
So great to interview. Love her work. She is just hilarious, first off. But
she is.
I see her on Instagram every day, putting in the work and doing the construction sites and the drawings and everything that goes into it. So I just have to say, Texas female designers are a whole category of themselves.
Oh, that's. I have met a lot of them, but it's just scratching the surface. And if we start thinking about this entire state as a whole, there's probably an incredible one in Garland. There's one in Denton. Like, that's really kind of what keeps me up at night, but also from excitement too, is that it's just, there's so many incredible women here. And I know when you're starting anything new or looking to like reach out, we have everything we need with each other. It's like one of these ideas, like, there's a woman right now, designer in El Paso, that could use support and connection. She just has no idea who's out there. And so that's really what's exciting, is that even though you two aren't here, you're still so connected. And now we all have connections too, to where you are as well. So we're about out of time. This always goes by so fast. I wanted to kind of let you all share your final thoughts. Also, what's the best way for everyone to find Color Catalog And then what can we as a community of women, specifically Texas women, do to support you all on this new journey?
Oh, well, I mean, share we're on Instagram, go to colorcatalog.net, poke around. There's so much good stuff there to look at and get ideas bubbling. Share projects, send them to us. Tell us what color you used, what worked, what didn't work. We're playing around with a hashtag called color mistakes or color mishaps, because I think there's equal value in seeing what doesn't work as well as what does work. So, spread the word and send us projects. We love sharing.
And you got your Instagram. Is that the main social channel for us all to connect with you on?
And that's at color_catalog, or just put in color catalog and it'll come up. And colorcatalog.net, just the echo Nicole. And yeah, we'd love for you guys. We just want to be of service and help designers and design enthusiasts have an easier time. So please help us spread the word and make this useful website get out there.
Cool. And then finally, final thoughts on color. Anything inspirational you guys want to share with us about color, being creative with it, or any kind of final thoughts on that?
Ooh, Nicole, I think you should just run through a little color therapy, like just quick, like one sentence, quick thoughts on each color and what the energy brings.
Oh, I'm on the spot. Thanks, Laura. No, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try something. You can keep your clean, crisp walls and do an accent wall, and then it's maybe not such a big commitment. Or pick a small space, pick a small bathroom or a laundry room or your ceiling, although ceilings are a lot of work to paint. But don't be afraid. Just go for it. And again, take your color deck and look at the very bottom. Always do a test swatch on the wall and look at it at different times of day. I cannot stress that enough. Yeah. So, and again, warm colors brings energy. It opens up the space. Cool colors make it relaxing. They can, darker colors kind of close up the space a little bit. So if you have a small space, use a lighter color. It'll make it open. If you want to create a more intimate space, use a deeper color.
What about if we want people to think we're a badass when they come to our house? What color would that be?
You nailed it, Jasmine. You don't need to ask us.
You've already got it.
Okay, cool. I shouldn't go like bright pink or red.
I see a lot of kind of deeper purples, kind of aubergine colors where it's got a little red in the purple.
Yes.
That's really hot.
Okay. I feel like I want a little bit of color, but I love black. I don't know why. It just makes me feel very kind of powerful, but also relaxing for me too.
And it's timeless, I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
Black is timeless.
Well, thank you, ladies. This was so exciting. I'm excited for us to start talking more about just design and style, because as you shared earlier, Nicole, we just have so many incredible designers, not just here, but around the country. So excited that this is kind of our first conversation on it, and so thrilled for y'all on this journey. I really do see something really big coming with you guys. Or sorry if my mom says ladies, I shouldn't say you guys. You ladies. So it's gonna be fun to watch your journey, and I can't wait to follow along too. So thank you both for joining us, and thank you all for joining us today on Tuesday too. Since we had remixed a little bit this week, if you didn't get to see all of this, you just tuned in. We'll be sharing the replay this week as well. So have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you all next Monday. Bye.
Thank you, Jasmine.